What is up, all my dorks, nerds, geeks, and gamers? It's your host, Ghost here, and today on this new episode of Wet Ink, we're going to be talking about Spider-Man Spider Shadow number 3. It finally came in. This is, I have to say, my favorite Spider-Man series I've read in a long time. Very good storytelling. I love the character arcs where they're taking all the tropes of the Spider-Man characters and flipping them on their head. So yeah, let's hop right into issue 3, see what's new, see what's going on with the storyline. Let's talk about it. So, last we left off, Doc Ock actually got murdered by Eddie Brock, who revealed himself at the end of the last issue. So Eddie Brock is essentially Doc Ock in this universe. He's got the arms and everything. J. Jonah Jameson just got assaulted by Spider-Man, got pushed up against the wall, got beat up a little bit, and then he joined up with the Sinister Six, and that's exactly where this issue picks off. So, here we go. It starts off, we got J. Jonah Jameson meeting up with Mysterio, Electro, Kraven, and Rhino. Because he is now a part of the Sinister Six, but that is only 5 members, including Jameson. The last one is Eddie Brock as Doc Ock. And I believe J. Jonah Jameson later on the issue calls him Doc Brock. So it's like an homage to both Eddie Brock and Dr. Octopus. But yeah, so he meets up, J. Jonah Jameson meets up with the Sinister Six. They're making a plan to capture Spider-Man. At the same time, Mr. Fantastic is keeping track on Spider-Man because these villains' bodies keep showing up, such as Beetle and other villains. Presumably, 15 villains in total have been killed by Spider-Man at this point in the storyline. So Spider-Man's on the run. He's killing these villains. He's trying to get all of them as fast as he can before he has to face any repercussions for his actions or what he's done so far. Okay, so the Sinister Six teams up with Jonah. They set a trap for him. And as they're waiting for the trap, Eddie Brock and J. Jonah Jameson have a kind of a heart-to-heart conversation about why they're doing this. Are you doing this for revenge? Are you doing this because it's the right thing to do? Why are you trying to kill Spider-Man? What essentially what they're trying to do? They're trying to build a trap so they can kill Spider-Man. But it's not going to work. J. Jonah Jameson and Eddie Brock are sitting there in the cold. They're talking. J. Jonah hears something creak in the woods, so he goes to check it out, and boom, just like any horror movie, right there is Beetle's body, right above J. Jonah Jameson and Brock, and then they realize, oh god, Spider-Man's here. So then Mysterio and Electro and Rhino and Kraven all hop out of the building, they all hop into action, and the first thing they do is Mysterio turns on an illusion like that. Boom. So you have this beautiful artwork here with all these bright colors and the illusion zone. He gives them these goggles so they can tell what's real and what's not, but Spider-Man cannot. And then Kraven realizes he's not here. He's nowhere in this illusion. Where's Spider-Man? He was just in front of us. And then he realizes he either left or he's underground, and he is underground. Just then Spider-Man shoots the symbiote up above ground, and it actually takes Mysterio and it goes right into his mask and kills him. I assume it suffocates him or goes inside of his body, which does not seem pleasant in the slightest. At that point, the illusion is broken, so Spider-Man busts out. Rhino rushes at him, and with one punch, he puts all his strength in one punch, and he cracks Rhino's horn. Cracks it right off his head. Then Eddie Brock comes out, and he's like, I'm doing this for revenge. You ruined my life. You took everything from me. And Spider-Man's only words were, I don't even effing know you, as he kicks Eddie Brock away. So Spider-Man has no idea why Eddie Brock's even going after him, and he thinks it's this big grand illusion of revenge and all this, and Spider-Man just clearly knocks him out of the park. Get out of my face. Then Electro shocks him, and Spider-Man just turns around and wraps Electro's head up in the symbiote, and I assume crushes it, which is kind of a fitting in for Electro. And that just leaves J. Jonah Jameson, who is in this big robotic metal suit. And the barn is on fire at this point because of Electro's electricity, I assume, caught the barn on fire, or the house on fire. J. Jonah Jameson then grabs Spider-Man in this giant robotic suit, like I said, grabs him in his arms or wraps him up so tight that he can't leave, puts a net on him as well so he can't leave, and he walks him into the fire. And he does this because he wants to kill the symbiote. He doesn't want to hurt who's inside of the Spider-Man suit, who J. Jonah Jameson at this point in this storyline still has no idea that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So he takes him in the fire and he gives him a hug or whatever. Peter reveals himself through his mask a little bit, saying, you know, it's me, Jameson, it's me. So then Jameson realizes it's Parker, and he lets the symbiote burn away, and he pulls Parker out of the fire, and he puts him down, and he's just thinking to himself, if it was anybody else, I would have let them burn in that fire. But because it was Peter Parker, I saved his life. So he brings Peter out of the barn. He sets him down. All the villains are knocked out and or dead around Peter Parker. And Jameson says, you know what? I realize now it wasn't you. It wasn't you killing all these villains. It was the suit who was killing all these villains. And we're going to get you help. We're going to find you the help you need, Peter, and we're going to take care of you. So him and Peter get in the car. Peter's breaking down. He knows he did horrible things. But he keeps telling Jameson that I don't think this is over. I don't think we finished it. And sure enough, you see the symbiote on the back of the van there, following along with them to wherever they're going next. So they go back into town. Black Cat and Mary Jane are at Peter's house, of course, worried about him because they're both love interests of Peter, and they both do care about his character quite a bit. So yeah, they're at the house asking about him. How's it going? What's going on? Or whatever. They think it's all good. They have no idea that the symbiote was on the back of the van. And as us as fans were wondering where in the heck did that symbiote go? Well, it went to Mr. Fantastic because it remembered the smart guy was trying to stop us. So maybe if we team up with the smart guy, we'll have everything we need to do what we want to do in this lifetime. So they team up with Reed Richards. They take over him, and I assume he's going to take over the rest of the Fantastic Four with it. And it looks like Reed is not only possessed by the symbiote, but he's also making more symbiotes. So this adds up a whole new layer to the Spider-Man Spider Shadow storyline. We're going to have a whole Fantastic Four of symbiotes, if not even more symbiotes, coming along in issue 4 and 5. I cannot wait to see how this series wraps up, especially with Eddie Brock still in play. He only got knocked out. Rhino may still be in play. I'm not sure if he's dead or not, but everyone else is dead. So to see them with this setup, it's going to be very interesting to see where they take issue 3 and 4, or 4 and 5. So let me know down below what you guys thought of Spider-Man Spider Shadow issue 3. Did you guys enjoy this episode of Wet Ink? Let me know down below as well. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And as always, guys, keep it right here on Dorks Den. I've been your host, Ghost. Adios.